Heyo everybody, just woke up so I look like a mess, but it is time for our Tower of God chapter 288 or season 2 episode 208 live reaction. So let's get into this one. After the defeat of Rakyua and Danwa last week, I'm honestly not entirely sure what to expect this week, but maybe some more Kaiser and 10 boss info dumped on us, or maybe the start of the next fight, whether it be like Lulu versus Sachi's group, or Variel Vani versus Ship and Hatsu's group, or something like that. So let's get into it, see what goes down. Looks like we have some rattling chains. Hey, long time no see, Kaiser, says Inietta, walking in, and we see Kaiser and Alphine at the throne. Inietta, are those Juvial Grace's companions? Well, it seems that way. Yo, and it looks like Variel Vani and Lulu are with him as well, and then some of the scrubs. And they have Rakyua and Danwa laying on the ground. It was a lot harder to capture them than I thought, especially that turtle. I didn't even get to see Juvial Grace because of you. Don't joke around, Inietta. Some turtle who's not even part of the 10 families gave you trouble? I'm not kidding. You probably would have died if you were up against him, says Inietta to Variel. Yo, don't make fun of me. I'm one of the 10 bosses too. I wouldn't lose easily to some freak like that. So, this is quite something, Kaiser, says Inietta. I can't believe you failed to steal his name. Do you think you can do better? Says Kaiser. Things just ended up this way. For once your odd behavior has actually helped me. Haha, is that so? That's why I want to ask you for a favor, Kaiser, says Inietta. A favor? Could you give me that turtle guy? I want to make him my servant. Inietta's face. I'm sorry, but that will be a bit difficult to do. What? This festival is special. A Slayer candidate from FUG and a Princess of Zahard are here with us. The more valuable goods we have, the better. I can't hand that turtle over to you. Those guys are going to go up for sale at the auction during the festival. Okay, well, we already kind of knew that was Kaiser's plan. Putting them up for auction, says Variel. Are you planning on luring Juvial Grace to the auction, using them as bait? Obviously, my target is Juvial Grace. I need to get the Princess of Zahard too. I need to get Princess Shahad too. Really? What is this translation? I'm gonna steal Juvial Grace's name in front of everyone at the auction and defeat Andrasi Zahard too. I have a plan, so you guys just wait. Just keep an eye on the hostages until then. And then Lulu is laughing. Hehehe. It's been a while since something this interesting happened. The bids are really gonna go up since they have such pricey names. You'll really rake it in this time. Bahaha. Hehehe. It's hard to breathe from so much laughing. Idiot. Juvial Grace, you still know nothing about this station. I'm not the true ruler of this place, is Kaiser's thinking. You're now going to find out how terrifying this station really is. Okay, so we are getting more backstory. Eventually we will. I really, really want to know more about Kaiser's backstory. Kaiser's such an interesting character for me. And we see a floating station at the no-named area. That's probably the one that Kun Ship and Kun Bomb and Jaja were using. It's already evening. Did you guys all make it to the residence okay? With the no-named around, what do you think happened? And those three see the smoke off in the distance. Is that smoke? Yo. And Boro and Sachi are standing at the battleground where Rakyua and Danwa fought against Inietta. This is bad, says Boro. That's the flame of the lady from the Yeon family. Something must have happened to them. It looks like there was a battle. Seems like there's none dead, though. Probably the work of the 10 bosses. Do you think they were taken as hostage? They probably took them away to sell her at the auction, says this big guy with horns. Auction, says Sachi looking back. Sachi looking so badass. Yes, it's an event that takes place at every festival. They take money in exchange for selling the names of selected candidates to rankers. The name of someone from the 10 families would sell for a very substantial amount. Huh. So they sell them to rankers. That's kind of weird. Since the main family will pay a huge amount of money to get them back if they feel that they're worth saving. Okay. Resident selected candidate in the no-named area named Red Gramon. So he's a named dude and he's named Red Gramon. Okay, that's cool. Also, interesting that they're using selected candidate instead of regular, because I do like the few translations that I've seen using that instead of regular. Rankers buy people's names, says Sachi. Yes, selected candidates whose names have been sold may leave this place, but they must forever live as the property of the ranker who bought their name. This is another one of the station's rules. If Viol's companions get sold at the auction, in the worst case scenario, he may not be able to see them again. It's like human trafficking, says Sachi. I've heard a lot of bad rumors about the station, but I never thought it was this bad. You know, Sachi just looks so badass. His character design is one of my favorites in Tower of God. Sachi, says Bomb, running up, and he has Kun and Jaja behind him. Bomb, where have you guys been? What happened? What is all this? It looks like there was a fight while they were moving. A fight? Yeah, I think they got attacked by the 10 bosses. I think your companion, the turtle, and the swordsman, the one from the Yeon family, got captured by the enemy. What? Yuan Rak got captured? I forget about Daniel. Yeah, and then looks like we time skip to back in their room. We have Kun. Crap, I never thought that turtle would get caught. I never imagined this would happen. Kun looking pretty badass too, with the bandaged up arm and everything. We didn't think they'd get caught either, said, I think Sachi. Did something happen to you guys too? Yeah, there was a bit of trouble between us and the other companions who were here. Okay, so we have Boro, Sachi, Bomb, Kun, Jaja, Novik, Ron, and Dan all sitting around the table. Trouble, says Sachi. Ah, it looks like they're after Kaiser's name too, says Kun. What? We may even end up fighting them. Fighting them? Are you saying we're going to have to fight your own companions over Kaiser's name? Yeah, but I didn't think that things would get so screwed up. I never thought the turtle and those guys would get caught. I love how everybody's calling Rack the turtle, what the hell. I wonder if it's just a translation error or if, like, SIU was actually doing that this chapter. I see. So you guys came here for Kaiser's name too. If I had known this, I wouldn't have cooperated with them, says Novik. Forget it. You guys owe Ship for saving you, and we were able to get Kaiser thanks to you guys. So who captured Rack and Yua? It couldn't have been easy to take those two away, says Bomb. I asked the other no-named who were there, and it seems like it was Arie Inieta. What on earth is this boy suddenly doing here? And it's the Gramon guy from earlier. Arie? Yeah, Arie Inieta. He came here around 100 years ago and secured a place as one of the 10 bosses. There are all kinds of rumors about how he ended up here, but what's certain is that he's extremely strong. I'm not sure whether it's because the Arie family won't get him out of here, or whether he's just not leaving, but he keeps staying here. He's the only one of the 10 bosses whose skills even Kaiser acknowledges. The Arie family? That's the same family as Joaquin, says Kun. They have the most powerful bloodline of all 10... They have the most powerful bloodline of all 10 families. Looks like another guy we have to watch out for. But I can't even imagine that the turtle got caught. What should we do now? Yo, and then there's a huge pressure in the room, and Jaja falls into the table. Everybody else is struggling, pressed down by the pressure. Huh? Yo, we see Vespa. What's that? And Vespa sees the stuff from a distance. Whoa, and it shows Andrassi's ship and Hatsu being pushed down too. These vibrations. Does this mean... has it begun? The gallery, says Vespa, is rising. What? What's that? Yo, and it looks like a complete other building rising up from the ground. The gallery is rising, says Kuhn. That's to prepare for the festival to begin, says the guy they just met. What, preparing for the festival? Yeah, on the day of the festival, the gallery falls away from the station and becomes an isolated island. That way, any selected candidates who aren't qualified to participate in the festival are unable to even approach the gallery. The seal is complete, says Variel. Now no one but me can open this door. Well done, says Kaiser. Shall we send them an invitation now? Oh. It looks like actually a capsule, not a door. So Variel has a capsule with Danhua Yuan Rack in it. Shall we send them an invitation now? It must have hurt that FUG Slayer's pride to hear that he lost his companions. And we see Rack's face inside of the capsule, and Inietta just staring at it. I could see Inietta betraying Kaiser because he likes Rack. He wants Rack. And we see more of the gallery rising. That looks really, really cool. The gallery's completely in the air, says Kuhn. But what's that floating thing under it? Is something else coming closer? That's the floating island, the place where they hold the auction. Now the floating ships carrying the auctioneers will soon surround us. Auctioneers, says Baum. Yeah, people invited from each family. They buy the names of the selected candidates who look like they might be valuable. Hello, who is this pink-haired chick with the Grimond guy? Buying the names of the selected candidates, what do you mean? As I said, it's a human auction. Rankers gather and assign values to selected candidates offered as goods, then they buy them. In the case of members of the 10 families, the main family pays large sums of money to keep them from being sold off to other places. It's the only way for the no-name to escape from this station. 8 floating ships will surround that floating island that came up from the gallery. On them are the auctioneers, who are after the selected candidates here. As the auctioneers watch the festival as it unfolds in the auction house and assigns values to them, the festival actually refers to the battle that takes place among the selected candidates who are up for auction in there. So, Rack Yuan Danhua are gonna have to battle. Okay, that's interesting. And the floating ships, if there are 8 floating ships, that means at least up to 8 of the 10 families could possibly have representatives there. So we might actually get to see 10 family ranker representatives. So that's kind of cool. Back to the Grimond guy. In the auction, they don't hesitate to make selected candidates to have death matches in order to check their talents and abilities. Selected candidates participating in the auction must fight their own companions in order to escape from here. I see. So that's what the festival is, says Kuhn. An event where people try to prove to the auctioneers that they're better than each other. Yes, although whoever gathers the names of all 10 bosses may compete with Kaiser at the festival, of course. No one has challenged Kaiser at the festival for the last 1,000 years. When we get to see the island where the festival takes place. Man, this is looking really cool. This is an announcement, comes over the loudspeaker, for all of the named currently on the name hunt station. Kaiser's voice, says Kuhn. The festival is expected to begin tomorrow at 5 on the floating island, and we see that it's coming through the pocket. What's this? Tomorrow night at 5 in the auction house, Juvial Grace versus Andrassi Zahard. The winner will receive items at the auction. I've also prepared a special event along with the auction to make this more interesting for you all. There will be a battle between the FUG Slayer candidate and a Princess of Zahard. Okay, let me read what this actually says. There will be a battle between the FUG Slayer candidate and Princess Jihad. What is this? Like, all you have to do is like proofread this once and you can fix that mess. What is this? Says Kuhn. The winner will have the right to take the names of the items up for auction. The loser will lose their name and be up for auction. The items up for auction are the Slayer candidates' companions. It will certainly be interesting, so I hope to see you all there. Any named person may watch the event, so if possible, I would like all of the named to be there. Yup, so Andrasi and Viol are fighting for the 3 that were captured, and yeah, so Mom's gonna have to defeat Andrasi to get his friends back. And then we see Dan. Oh wait. If either of the 2 of them does not show up, the auction items will be disposed of. That is all. Juvial Grace and Andrasi Zahard are fighting, is what Dan says. What the heck is Kaiser up to? What is this? That damn Kaiser, says Andrasi. What kind of dirty trick is being planned? So, the plan is to get rid of both of them at once, says the red-haired twin. Heh, Kaiser's pretty good, says the blonde one. What are you going to do? Wasn't Andrasi Zahard one of your companions? Yeah, says Kuhn. Since Kaiser knows that we're on the same team, their plan's probably to try to turn us against each other. But what Kaiser really wanted was probably to take the lead in this fight. But it's probably still not known that things haven't been great between us. So by announcing a battle between Viol and Andrasi, who holds the key, Kaiser's trying to take the initiative. It's clear what was intended by shifting the time forward by an hour from 6 o'clock suggested by Andrasi, too. What should we do, Bomb? This is probably a trap, too. If you don't want to accept the battle, it's like, go ahead and try to rescue my hostage. Yeah, says Bomb. But I don't think we have much choice but to go. That's right, says, Dan. I'll handle that role, since they don't know that we're on the same team as you. What a pain. Yeah, it would be good if you could do that for us. The 10 bosses will definitely be there, so be careful. But can anyone enter the auction house? Says Sachi. Yeah, any named person can enter the auction house and floating island except the gallery where Kaiser is, says the Gramon guy. We know how that place is structured, so we'll lead the way. We'll help you with anything as long as you can defeat Kaiser, says the pink-haired chick. We got a major grudge, you know. Thanks. We'd better pick out as many named who could be useful as possible. So, potential new teammates for this arc? Then, let's head out right away, says Bomb. Yo, Bomb looks badass here. To save Rack and defeat Kaiser. Auction house on the floating island. Sector 7 of the docked floating ships. The residence of the auctioneers. Yo, so we're actually getting to see the auctioneers? The auction will begin tomorrow at 5 o'clock. There is a very big event prepared for the very start of this festival, so I hope you all will look forward to it. Is that the auction house? Looks way too big of a stage for those kids. What are they trying to achieve by crawling in here? Yo, I'm telling you, they sure cause a lot of trouble. Oh my god, I'm thinking that's Jinsung. Sir, you're not supposed to smoke in here. Huh? Ah, this is just a sucker. Yo, it is Jinsung. Holy shit. The hype is real. Jinsung back. Jinsung is always just randomly showing up. So, no need to worry for Viol, I guess. Jinsung will come in clutch if he needs to. Or, hopefully Jinsung doesn't screw him over by trying to buy somebody. But either way, awesome. I freaking love Jinsung so much. Oh my gosh, this was a really good chapter. It was really pretty long too, but my god, it was so good. I loved seeing all the info, like I said I thought we might get with all the 10 bosses and Kaiser, and seeing them talk and more about their personalities, finding out what's going to happen with the auction, building some hype for that, and then, of course, seeing all of Mom's team talk with each other. Like, there was a lot of good stuff that happened through this one, seeing Jinsung again. So it really did well to build the hype. It feels like we're going into another big game, which is always a really good feeling for Tower of God. Sorry my voice is still all cracked up from just waking up. But thank you so much for watching. I will get the review up tomorrow like usual. Like if you did like the video, comment down there, tell me what you thought of the video, and what you thought of the chapter itself, and subscribe for more Tower of God, One Piece, Walking Dead, and a bunch more. And follow on Twitter if you want, because I'll try to keep you updated there when I'm posting things or pushing things back. And that's it for now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.